即清晨自学宣默，手之不动100千劫，无量法门悉现在前，得大智慧，通达诸法。因为有学，只要去学才会通，一定要积极的去学，一定要把握学习佛法的因缘。
On January 1st, 2013, Dharma TV celebrated its 15th anniversary. At the launch ceremony in 1998, Master Zhengyan expressed her hope for Dharma TV. Over the years, Dharma TV has been striving to spread messages of love. In 1999, the first Dharma drama was aired. In 2001, Dai TV station was flooded. Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to salvage damaged videos. In 2005, Tzu Chi's cultural center opened. Dai TV had a new home. In January, in the midst of a snowstorm, Tzu Chi volunteers in Jordan gave out aid to more than 2,000 Syrian refugees taking shelter in Jordan. Apart from material supplies, Tzu Chi volunteers also brought them loving care and emotional support. Tzu Chi volunteers across Taiwan also collected used clothing for the Syrian refugees.
As the mustard seed, you have the power to move one mountain to another.
In February, Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand brought rice to a women's prison.
ความรักตรงนี้ต้องเป็นความรักที่บริสุทธิ์ความรักแห่งมนุษยชาติ
Doctors from Tzu Chi's Medical Association personally cooked the rice for the inmates. In 2012, Tzu Chi volunteers gave rice seeds to the inmates as a gift and then planted the seeds on their behalf. After being harvested, the rice was shared with the inmates as well as the needy.
มีคนภายนอกเข้ามามอบความรักให้กับเรามีความรู้สึกว่าไม่ใช่เราคนเดียว
In March, Master Zhengyan's Dharma talk on the Lotus Sutra started being aired. All across the world, Tzu Chi volunteers get up early to listen to the Dharma talk live via video conferencing. Despite having difficulty walking, one volunteer goes to Tzu Chi's office before dawn every day to set up everything for everyone to listen to the Dharma talk. By connecting to the Dharma talk at the same time every day, everyone's hearts are drawn together. In April, a major earthquake struck Ya'an in China's Sichuan province. Tzu Chi volunteers immediately set out to deliver relief. On their way to the disaster area, the volunteers prayed for quake victims. Touched by Tzu Chi volunteers' love, many locals pitched in to help prepare relief supplies. Among the local volunteers, many were survivors of the 2008 Sichuan earthquake, who had received Tzu Chi's aid in their time of need.
他双手把这个便当拿起，然后90度鞠躬，这样鞠下去。其实就这个躬，我真的是很感动。
Now, wherever disasters strike, local volunteers will be there.
赶快做呀，就是说，我们如果坐着等，就不对了。
After the 2008 quake, Tzu Chi helped rebuild 13 schools Some were used as shelters this time.
台湾同胞援建的嘛，能抗8级地震的。
Students stranded at one school even wrote a letter to thank Tzu Chi for bringing them love and care. Tzu Chi volunteers gathered children together, teaching them to sing and to help others.
帮助别人快乐自己。
感谢你们台湾人来，
谢谢台湾来的朋友们。
慈济基金会爱在庐山关怀行动2次来到我们庐山，
谢谢你们。
Since the severe flooding in 1991, Tzu Chi has never stopped caring for the people in China. In 2013, the Tzu Chi complex in Suzhou was opened.
两岸的同胞能够享受这种和平发展的局面，慈济人有不可磨灭的贡献。
In April, Tzu Chi volunteers signed a memorandum with the Vatican.
我们的血液都是红的，所以我们都是一家人。
Be it Catholicism or Buddhism, all religions share the same love. In 2012, 2 major earthquakes hit Italy. Since then, Tzu Chi volunteers in Europe have been providing aid to quake survivors.
慈济是代表台湾的这个爱，代表台湾的国际参与。
In April, New York State Senate recognized Tzu Chi for its Hurricane Sandy relief effort.
祈求天下无灾无难，岁岁年年。阿弥陀佛。
Welcome to the White House.
The White House also honored Tzu Chi as a champion of change. In the aftermath of Sandy, Tzu Chi volunteers not only prepared hot meals, but also gave out supplies and cash cards to those affected, including undocumented immigrants.
Voy a comprar lo que ellos necesitan, lo que su lechita de mis nietos.
Malatsi, malatsi.
Many locals were inspired to work with Tzu Chi.
We're all family, and I'm keeping you nice and warm.
Even Sandy survivors were inspired to give as well.
I'm going to return back that thanks back to them one day, that somebody else can get something from me, through them.
Thanks to its relief efforts across the U.S., Tzu Chi received yet another recognition in 2013.
The Buddhist Tzu Chi Foundation has been selected as the 2013 National VOED Member of the Year.
This is an affirmation of Tzu Chi's work in the U.S.
Tzu Chi means compassion and relief in Chinese Mandarin.
In May, the schools Tzu Chi helped rebuild for a Catholic organization were inaugurated in Haiti.
I don't know, is Sister Rita accept the school?
We accept the schools. Your gift, however, is much, much more than 2 buildings. It is a gift of hope. I want to say to you, you came back and you did what you said you would do. You kept your promise.
In 2010, Haiti was struck by a major earthquake. After its immediate relief efforts, Tzu Chi carried out various projects to help Haiti rebuild.
3年后的今天，已经变成这个样子。Incredible.
For the projects, a volunteer went to Haiti 38 times.
Most important person I want to appreciate is our dear master and the global Tzu Chi volunteers. Without your love, we cannot make it.
In 2013, Tzu Chi volunteers held rice distributions in Haiti, warming the hearts of those in need and children in orphanages. Apart from distributing supplies, Tzu Chi volunteers also seized the opportunity to encourage people to give of themselves with love.
You always have the happy, you always have the joy inside. I like Master Chen Yan to many people, no problem.
In May, Tzu Chi celebrated its 47th anniversary. a Dharma service was held at the Jingse abode in Taiwan. Tzu Chi members around the world also practiced walking meditation and bowing pilgrimages to celebrate the occasion. In May, Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide held Buddha Day ceremonies to commemorate Buddha Day, Mother's Day, and Tzu Chi Day. Altogether, over 300,000 people in 36 countries and regions took part in the Buddha Day ceremonies.
Religions are all the same. This uplifts my energy.
In Taipei, due to heavy rain, participants put on ponchos in the middle of the ceremony, changing the color of the formation in the blink of an eye. Tzu Chi volunteers even went to a prison to hold a Buddha Day ceremony for the inmates. In the Philippines, around 300 local volunteers came to help set up the ceremony site. After the ceremony, a rice distribution and an event to promote filial piety were held. In Zimbabwe, the Buddha Day ceremony was held for the first time. The locals even gave a performance in the formation of a Dharma ship, although most of them had never seen an ocean before. Under the beating sun, the locals gathered together to learn more about Tzu Chi's values.
No matter where you are, also can change your life. You are follow those laws.
Despite the distance, their hearts remain with Taiwan, the birthplace of Tzu Chi.
提供很简单的一个午餐，但是对这些小朋友是一个很不一样的结果。
In June, Tzu Chi volunteers held winter aid distributions in South Africa and gave out rice from Taiwan to the needy.
We think they can come and give love to us every time.
In South Africa, Tzu Chi has over 5,000 Zulu volunteers. They care for the ill and the poor, and even go to neighboring countries to bring aid to the needy. In Swaziland, they give out rice to the needy and encourage them to help those worse off than them. In Mozambique, to prepare for the rice distributions, 2 local volunteers set out a day beforehand and spent the night under a tree. Lesotho also received rice from Taiwan. In Africa, Tzu Chi's training sessions are held from time to time for local volunteers from South Africa, Swaziland, Lesotho, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe to learn more about Tzu Chi's philosophy and etiquette.
Love and care.
我这一群呢，粒粒都是黑珍珠，都是师父的宝啊。
In June, Tzu Chi volunteers from 23 countries and regions gathered in Taiwan.
生生世世，我要度尽全赖所托人为慈济人，不管要花多少年，我决定我一直会住在那里。
体会到付出的真谛，做医生的意义。
At the meeting, everyone shared their thoughts and experiences and made vows to benefit humanity.
我们的慈航啊，要普遍开往全球。
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi spares no effort to care for indigenous people.
慈济很关心我们原住民的健康。
All that Tzu Chi hopes is to better people's lives.
这是跨教派的，这不应该是谁，而且是跨族群的。
Tzu Chi volunteers not only go into the community to give head lice treatment, but also help to repair people's homes and care for the needy.
好不好？
They reach out to people in their time of need. Wherever there are people in need, Tzu Chi volunteers will be there to help, no matter what circumstances they may find themselves in. For 47 years, this is what Tzu Chi volunteers have been doing steadfastly. In August, Tzu Chi volunteers from Malaysia came to Taiwan for a training camp.
今天的心愿是希望呢，大马莲心，爱铺满地。
In 1993, Tzu Chi's first office in Malaysia was set up. As of today, nearly 80,000 people there are under the regular care of Tzu Chi.
我借钱来出这条钱嘛，给那个比我更加辛苦的人。
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi has set up 3 free dialysis centers. Part of the funding comes from selling recyclables collected by Tzu Chi's local volunteers. To build the 4th dialysis center, Tzu Chi members again mobilized to raise funds.
大家都有那一份爱心的，只是爱心有没有被启发？
A Sutra adaptation was presented across Malaysia to inspire more people to volunteer with Tzu Chi.
这一夕之间10万要变20万，这资料是来不及改的。阿弥陀佛啦！
一个人，假如再多2个人。
Everyone works hard to recruit volunteers for Tzu Chi.
1次唔得，2次，2次唔得咪3次，3次佢足資協會行埋嚟我度同我傾咯。
One volunteer has recruited over 1,000 people.
不管怎样，我也要做下去。
很多好人。
The 7th lunar month, which fell on August in 2013, is a month of joy and gratitude in Buddhism. Tzu Chi volunteers seized the time to promote environmental protection and vegetarianism.
希望大家都吃素，不要再吃荤了。
In August, the first training camp for recycling volunteers worldwide was held in Taiwan.
做了咧就身體就也用啦，就也夠行啦，大家都有行啦。
垃圾不空，誓不成佛。地球干净，方正菩提。
Those who used to gamble every day are now busy doing recycling.
做外交，改善规整，上面的路线也好行，也精進。
Recycling volunteers used plastic bags to make flowers.
我看到會有我家己做家己咧。
In 2013, Tzu Chi's medical association, TIMA, turned 15 years old.
慈济的精神带回去。
I see how you treat well people here.
TIMA members also witnessed how Tzu Chi pays respect to body donors.
Not just money and spreading the love.
Master Chen Yan, for this beautiful experience, and also Tzu Chi.
Every year, TIMA members will gather in Taiwan to celebrate the Moon Festival with Master Zheng Yan. But this time, those in Zamboanga of the Philippines couldn't make it. Due to a conflict in Zamboanga, local TIMA members stayed behind to care for those affected. Since 2003, Tzu Chi volunteers in Zamboanga have been providing free prostheses for those who lost their limbs. To care for the poor and ill, local TIMA members often go to remote areas to hold free clinics. After standing for long hours, their feet became swollen, but their hearts were filled with joy.
每次看到人中的像，永远在路上。
After the clinic, they thanked those they'd served.
We like masters to stay with us forever. That's going to be impossible. So we just have to we just have to continue because she said she cannot be with us forever, and she wants us to learn from her as fast as we can so that we can continue our work.
我一定会跪在他面前，感恩说他救了我们一个家庭。
In October, Tzu Chi's Bone Marrow Registry celebrated its 20th anniversary.
谢谢你给我重生的机会。
他跟我说：“爸爸，我想手术，我想活下去。”
After Tzu Chi's Bone Marrow Registry was established in 1993, Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan took to the streets to recruit potential donors. They walked around carrying signboards and held bone marrow donation drives across Taiwan. They also visited donors and brought care to them. As of November 2013, the number of registered donors has exceeded 380,000.
你的爱，上人的爱，大家的爱，我一定把这个爱传出去。
As of 2013, Tzu Chi's Bone Marrow Registry has helped more than 3,300 people in 29 countries. In October, Tzu Chi Hong Kong gave a Sutra adaptation to celebrate its 20th anniversary. In 1993, Tzu Chi's office in Hong Kong opened. For 20 years, be it caring for the needy or giving support to hospitals during the SARS outbreak, Tzu Chi volunteers have never been absent.
自己咧就好大嘅關心，咁所以我自己當時嚟講咧，我都好感動啦。
To help reduce the garbage in Hong Kong, Tzu Chi volunteers have been tirelessly promoting recycling there.
從懺悔中認識到我哋點樣可以進一步去提升生命，從而係可以共建我哋更美善嘅人生。
靜思勤行道，慈濟人間路上攜手邁進，將香港打造成人間淨土。
In October, Tzu Chi Singapore celebrated its 20th anniversary. In 1987, Tzu Chi started its work in Singapore. In 1993, Tzu Chi's office was set up. Local Tzu Chi volunteers care for the elderly and those in need like family. TIMA members in Singapore often go overseas to hold free clinics. Recycling volunteers use the money from selling recyclables to help students in need. Since 2009, Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for AIDS inmates in prison. In 2013, Tzu Chi Indonesia also turned 20 years old. In 1993, Tzu Chi's work in Indonesia unfolded. In 2002, Jakarta was affected by widespread flooding. Master Zheng Yan advised local Tzu Chi volunteers to help with the cleanup and build a village for the poor to relocate into. In the village, Tzu Chi also built a school for children.
跟实际写教你做一个人啊，有希望的人。
In Jakarta, a new Tzu Chi school broke ground, followed by a volunteer training camp. Since 2003, Tzu Chi volunteers have been providing aid to an Islamic boarding school in Indonesia. Catholic trainee priests also followed Tzu Chi volunteers to visit the poor.
Master Chen, kita harus memiliki hati seperti hati Buddha, yaitu memiliki welas asih.
In November, Super Typhoon Haiyan caused severe devastation in the Philippines. In the worst-hit areas, the landscapes were no longer the same. Building temporary shelters. Preparing aid supplies. Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide have all mobilized to help.
我们要发挥爱的能量啊，点点滴滴汇聚呢，这一念爱心呢，就叫做造福。
Apart from holding free clinics and giving out aid, Tzu Chi volunteers fundraise around the world to help the Philippines.
我快啲勁啦！